I've got a feeling this could be a cagey affair.
Let's say good evening to Rod Harrington and Rod Studd.
Good evening, Dave. Yes, looking forward to tonight's action. It was great last night. Let's hope for similar this evening here in Frankfurt. With the, tournament favourites, the Netherlands, the second favourites, England, both playing tonight, later on in the evening. And starting off with an attractive-looking matchup between the United States and Italy. And the familiar face of Larry Butler, who preceded you as World Match Play champion by a few years, Rodney, didn't he?
Yes,
1994?
Was it that early? I think it was 95 as it happens. I think, yes, Larry Butler was the first match play champion. And this American pairing are the most experienced players in this World Cup of playing pairs. Every tournament they go to in the United States, the whole weekend, there's singles and pairs. They're probably playing 2 or 3 times over that weekend, so they know each other inside out. They know each other, what double they want, how to leave it. Do we go for the bullseye? Now and again, that little extra percentage is the difference between winning and losing. However, you've got to get down to that double first. And I think the Americans are strong favourites in this game.
85.
Italy, though, with a slight advantage. Country's been here many, many times, but Gabriel Rollo making his, not only his debut in this event, but his TV debut as well. Big Daddy Darren Young, another familiar face, a man who's qualified for 9 World Championships
60.
At the Alexandra Palace, and before that the Circus Tavern. Oh, lovely. Double 18 then. Well, it doesn't come much better than that in 14 darts, does it?
Well, it's always the thing about the countries that we haven't seen too many times before, and the players, that they're an unknown quantity. And certainly a 14-dart first leg from the Italians will certainly wake up the Americans.
60.
Well, they will need to. America up first, Canada up in the next game. Our old pal Party leading the way. Or the Canadian pair, they play Hungary. Big Daddy not hitting the big numbers.
41.
And the problem in this game, you can't chase too much, because the extra pressure at this short distance will gradually get bigger and bigger. And Larry Butler, as I said, very experienced. Been the American number 1 on, well, I've lost count on how many times he has been that American number 1.
Yeah, he'll be 60 in July, Larry.
That's still young.
Indeed. Darts does not discriminate by age. You can be 16 or 60. Not 68, Rodney?
Very close. But still 25.
Well, talking of 60, the United States have left 160. But the priority not to clean it up, the priority to keep straight. And that is not what Larry is doing.
36.
Now it kind of opens the door for the Italians. If he could pick off a 140 here and leave that 96 that was taken out in the first leg. Admittedly it was by
60.
themselves, so we can't do this. So the United States are still going to get 6 darts from here, so they don't have to go the bullseye route. And Darren Young has just looked at the score, so he may not, he's got to stay on the 60 because that's a perfect line. Well, will he go for the bullseye? He has done. Now that surprises me. It really does surprise me.
Yeah, you would have expected him to have just fired in a single 18 or single 10. Anyway, he's left Larry Butler 35, so Butler's going to use a dart to get to a double. That wasn't what he was aiming for. He's left double 9 now, and now the trials and tribulations that are all coming off the back of the full attempt.
27.
Well, I said at the start of the game, these two know each other inside out. They won't make mistakes and leave them. And they've gone and made a cardinal sin of messing up. And you have to say that Darren Young going for that bullseye was totally the wrong shot.
United States require 8.
However, if he cleans this up, he'll feel justified and they'll still win the leg.
He gets there in the end, it levels the match at 1 each. The chagrin of the crowd here in Frankfurt, where the Italians are very popular. Darren Young's heard it all before. Many times, both in the World Cup and the World Championship. Ever present for United States in the World Cup. Played alongside Gary Mawson and Bill Davis. Before pairing up with Butler.
100.
Not sure Larry's throw is quite as smooth as it once was, Rodney.
It was a bit jerky back then. Worked a little bit better then.
44.
Back in the late 80s, well, the 80s and the 90s, there was a big American circuit. Every single weekend there was a major tournament.
100. 59.
As Dave and Wayne were saying before the match, Italy had never got beyond the first round. Well, this is their 5th appearance at the World Cup, so never got beyond the doubles phase. Yes, Larry, the Eagle has landed 3 in the treble 20 bed. A perfectly constructed maximum from Larry Butler to leave this 121 on offer for Darren Young.
Well, it'd be interesting. Well, he's gone for the 25, 96, treble 20, double 18. He's missed that, so he wasn't going for a bullseye route. He was going to set Larry Butler up more than go for that bullseye. I think that first leg that they won, it learning a lesson going for the ball. Oh, is this the first maximum for
145. United States require 40.
Well, it's good counting. Left himself a check out. However, Larry Butler for 2-1. That's exactly what he's done, and a breaker throw to the United States.
Game on.
Yeah, really good leg that from the Americans. Maximum from Butler, the setup from Darren Young, and then the finish from Larry Butler. So they take the lead for the first time at 2-1 with the break of throw. Favourites to win this game, but as we saw yesterday, that doesn't necessarily count for very much. With that stratospheric shock with the Scots being sent packing by Singapore. One or two other big names getting in trouble, the Australians notably surviving a match start against Denmark.
Yes, and Simon Whitlock was straight to the hospital afterwards with that wrist. Had it strapped up with duct tape. I don't know whether the hospital would approve of that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the medically approved treatment. At one point he was of the opinion that it was broken, but it obviously wasn't broken, because he wouldn't have been able to move it.
41.
Going back to the Scotland game, I think, you know, Scotland playing so bad was overshadowed actually how well Singapore played, especially Paul Lim. 4 180s and that 100 check out at the end there to finish it was exceptional. That was Paul Lim at his best.
Indeed. More than useful third dart in the treble 20 to edge the United States in front, but only by 45 points.
30.
Oh yes.
135.
And again Larry Butler coming to the party late in a leg.
121, United States requires 70.
Oh, the big man, Darren Young. Now 24 double top. Tops for a 3-1 lead. Tops it is. 50% on the doubles by the United States.
And all that after losing the first leg of the match to Petrie and Rollo.
140.
Petrie's played on the European tour. He's played with various partners in the World Cup. As I mentioned, not with any success. They lost 5-0 to Austria last year in the first round of the competition.
100.
Whereas the Americans can boast a couple of quarter-final appearances back in 2010 and 2012.
Yes, well, you mentioned Austria. They've got China this evening. An interesting fact, as we see Darren Young not pick off a 180, is that the great and legend Bob Anderson is now the official coach of the Chinese Darts Association. And the Chinese team is here this evening. Well, that is the first maximum from the Italians.
Wow. Larry Butler going full Jockey Wilson with that release. And it's 12 ball, the prescribed route. He's not going to try something more outlandish, is he? Well, in the end, he missed the 12.
Thought about it too much, didn't he? Should have just, carried on after the first dart. Well, now Darren Young will hope that he's got a dart at the bullseye, which he will at least at the bullseye. Bullseye it is for another break. Oh, superb darts from the big fella from America, Darren Young. Takes out a 1-2-1 for a 4-1 lead.
He's the daddy, and no mistake. Good performance this from the Americans. Decent scoring, very good finishing. 4 out of 7 on the doubles, including that 121 out we just saw from Big Daddy Darren Young, and an average of 86, which is more than acceptable in pairs play. And it looks like Italy are going to suffer another first round exit.
100.
It's just consistency that these lesser countries are lacking. Obviously, Darren Young, Larry Butler, on the American circuit literally every week.
140.
And the tour professionals of the PDC play literally every week, and the Italians and a few of the Spanish and other countries, Poland, Denmark, they've not got the circuit
45.
to keep that consistency going.
Well, they need to win 4 consecutive legs. It's a long road back for the Italians. They're threatening a break and throw here. Or at least they were.
139.
That certainly puts a bit of pressure on. Well, this would be the first 170 of the tournament. And that's not going to happen, so we're just hoping for one treble.
65. Italy requires 76.
He took out 96 in the very first leg cleanly. Can he take out the 76?
Tops will do it. Oh, just the wrong side of the wire. Well, so to book a likely darting date with the Netherlands in round 2. Darren Young needs to find treble 15 and can't, so Rollo looking at
65.
double 19
It's going to
or
require 38.
splitting if he prefers. Awkward.
19.
That's always the problem with those doubles down the bottom. You've got to attack it. If you're going to bust it with the first one.
Double 10. Double 5 for the match now. Oh, and Larry Butler nails double 5. Last start in hand, and the Americans recover from the setback of losing the first leg of the match to roll over Italy and march through to round 2, where they'll probably play the Netherlands.